Item number 1, call the meeting to order and record members present and absent.
We can put you in this office solution and fill it out, or you can take it with you and bring it back, whether
I'm just doing that, I'm listening over here. So, Ellis,
Here.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
McDermott,
Here.
Yes.
Item 2, administer the oath of office to the new board member, Mrs. Tiffany Slater.
I, Tiffany Slater, do solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma, and that I will not knowingly receive, directly or indirectly, any money or other valuable thing for the performance or non-performance of any act or duty pertaining to my office, other than the compensation allowed by law. I further swear that I will faithfully discharge my duties as member of Alva Independent School Board of Education to the best of my ability.
Item 3, signing of the loyalty oath by the new board member, Mrs. Tiffany Slater. Stumbled there.
You hadn't practiced, had
I
you?
did not. Item 4, signing of the confidentiality statement by new board member, Mrs. Tiffany Slater. Yes.
Do I have to read that or just?
I'm not sure.
Just
if I
sign it.
lose something last month, so it's gonna keep away from this stuff.
You didn't, did you?
I couldn't find it, but I'm not convinced I didn't lose it.
Yes. What is that?
Code
Code of Ethics, yes. And on behalf of the County Election Board, there is a certificate showing that you are
Thank
an
you.
elected board member. Any words of wisdom?
You'll be fine. She's from Tacoma. She'll be fine.
And your phone number?
She has my phone number.
Item 5, action to reorganize the Board of Education. President, Vice President, Clerk, and Deputy Clerk. And we'll start with taking nominations for the position of President.
I nominate Steve Ellis to remain president.
You need a second, Mr.
Yes.
I second that nomination.
Okay.
James, thank you.
Martin,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Slater,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Ellis.
Aye. We'll now take nominations for position of Vice President.
Want to be vice president?
No. Mr. Chairman, I nominate Linda Martin.
Do I have a second?
I second that.
McDermott,
Aye.
Martin,
Yes.
Ellis,
Aye.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
Now take nominations for the position of Clerk.
Larry, are you clerk, right? Aren't you?
What's your clerk? I'm deputy clerk. I can't remember. I think so.
It doesn't make any difference.
I nominate Larry Parker.
I second that.
McDermott,
Aye.
Martin,
Yes.
Ellis,
Aye.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
Now nominations for Deputy Clerk.
I nominate Jane.
Second.
Martin,
Yes.
Bird, sorry, Ellis,
Aye.
goodness, I'm sorry, Parker,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
McDermott.
Aye.
Item 6, the consent agenda. All of the following items which concern reports and items of a routine nature normally approved at a board meeting will be approved by one board vote, unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of these items. The consent agenda consists of the following items. 6A, addition of items of new business to the agenda.
Do not have any.
Okay. 6B, minutes of the February 4th, 2013 regular board meeting.
I make, no, we did it all at once, so go ahead, sorry.
Okay. 6C, approval of the treasurer's report on the status of funds and investments.
And again, Terry made the general fund revenue report for you. Again, our gross production looks good. We have 97,000, down a little bit from January, but we've collected 84%, still have 5 months or so to go. So really, we're looking good at this point in time. And we'll talk about Mr. Carroll here later on in the board meeting, and I'll give you some more information at that point in time. But funds look good at this time.
Okay. 6D, approval of the activity fund report. Six E, approval of activity account fundraisers. Let's see.
I didn't see it.
No? Okay. 6F, approval of inter-account transfer in the activity account. None of those?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Now you can do.
Okay, I make a motion, we approve these items on the consent agenda, 6A through 6F.
Second.
McDermott,
Aye.
Martin,
Yes.
Ellis,
Aye.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
Item 7, vote to approve or not approve the purchase order encumbrances for the following funds for FY 2013. A, general fund number 11, number 521 through 548 inclusive, with change orders number 1 through 548 inclusive, and payroll number 50197 through 50202 inclusive, with payroll change orders number number 50,000 through 50,202 inclusive, for a year-to-date total of $7,142,011.02.
Just a couple of items that I'd like to mention on that. We did buy additional iPad keyboards for the high school to make sure that everybody has an iPad keyboard with that. Also, Lampton Welding, that's for the remainder of the semester for our low ag on that, and that's $527. And then the 532, we talked about that last board meeting. That's to replace these windows here and to get a little bit better sun guard and cold guard and that type. So it came under what we thought it would cost. And then the COSA, that's for the A to F training that we had for $2,000. We estimated on our snow removal 545. They spent 2 days working almost 18 hours, it seemed like, of getting that. So that may be a little bit high on that snow removal from Shirley Dozer Service. Also on 546 Simmons Towing, we were at Morrison on our way back. Our bus failed to come, so they loaned us a bus, and we had to get it towed off of the turnpike back to their school district. That's probably a little high on that $1,000 also. And then the fuel actually is about $125, not $500. But that's to get our activity bus back from Morrison. Any other questions on the encumbrances?
What was the problem on that?
Fuel filter just plugged up, wouldn't go anymore. And apparently on these activity buses, you know, we try to change them, but when they go, they go. And they just plugged us down and we just couldn't travel. And we were lucky with the filter because Richard went over the next day with his son and he took care of the filter and we got back here and it's been running ever since. I don't know, it's happened to me 2 or 3 times going to Winter Park, Colorado, it seems like, with electric gold.
So we didn't have to tow it, or we did?
We had to tow it off the interstate back to the Morrison bus garage. We couldn't get it off the interstate, so we felt like we needed to do that.
And that cost $1,000?
No, we estimated high on that, Larry.
Okay.
I don't think it'll cost that, but it's better to over encumber than it is to under encumber.
Okay. 7B, Cooperative Education Fund number 12, with change orders number 1 through 61, inclusive with payroll change orders number 50,000 through 50,011, inclusive, for a year-to-date total of $601,460.80. Building Fund number 21 and number 73, inclusive with change orders number 1 through 73, inclusive with payroll change orders number 50,000 through 50,004, inclusive, for a year-to-date total of $367,480.47. D, the Child Nutrition Fund number 22 and number 57, with change orders number 1 through 57, inclusive, and payroll change orders number 50,000 through 50,011, inclusive, for a year-to-date total of $403,003.59.
Those are just pretty normal, everyday supplies and so forth.
Any questions? Item 8, Principal's Report. Does anybody have Tracy?
We have
They'll be back.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got way ahead of myself. We need to approve those.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of major.
I'll make a motion we approve 7A through 7D, please.
I
Sec-
second that.
Oh, great.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Martin,
Yes.
Ellis.
Aye. Now, the Principal's Report.
Want me to start?
Sure.
Okay. All right, at Longfellow, we have 65 second grade students, 68 third grade students, for a total of 133 students. In this month, on March 7th, we'll have our BB gun talk, safety talk, and we will get to shoot BB guns March 11th and 12th. March 8th, we have a bullying prevention program. Carol Jenkins is coming. Officer Hawley has set this up for our school. And parent-teacher conferences are the 11th and 12th.
Do we have calendars, or am I just missing it?
I'm not sure that you're going to have all the calendars because of the snow, but you will be getting them and we will mail them to you.
At the middle school, we have 215 total students, 76 sixth graders, 75 seventh graders, 64 eighth graders. Looks like we've leveled out right around that number. Last year, Mrs. Duncan received a charter to start a chapter of the National Junior Honor Society, and they will be attending their first state convention on March 11th and 12th of this month. It's something new that they're pretty excited about. Basketball season ended up a couple of weeks ago. 7th grade girls, I believe, were Chisholm tournament champions, and they finished 3rd in the Clinton tournament. Our 8th grade girls were Clinton tournament champions. First baseball game's next Monday, depending. So we'll get on the field or not.
At the high school, we have 70 freshmen, 66 sophomores, 60 juniors, and 59 seniors, for a total of 255. Had the Woods County Livestock Show today and tomorrow. Tonight we have both boys and girls are in the area consolation finals. And The girls play Ripley, who we beat by 2 early in the year. It'll be a great basketball game. The boys play Merritt, who ended up the season ranked 3rd in the state, and so it'll be a great basketball game. So we've got 2 good games tonight. Next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we have state basketball, and we're going to be there. The 11th and 12th we have parent-teacher conference, regional speech on the 15th and 16th. We had 45 kids that qualified in 65 events. It's the largest 4A entry heading into regionals. Next week we'll have baseball starting, and then Giving in the Green concert has been moved to March 25th.
And as a new board member, you're more than welcome to come to any of these events at any time. You do not need a special invitation to come to any of these. And we will get out calendars to everybody because of the snow and so forth. Okay, board development workshops. Y'all got some information that part of your obligation is to go and get some continuing education. If you need us to do anything for you, travel, expenses, or whatever, just contact us, and Becky will be glad to do all those things for you. But I just wanted to remind you about that and give you that information. Snow days. In front of you, you have a worksheet that our regional accreditation officer, Kim Hale, sent to me last week. We were concerned about the number of days that we might have to make up. And again, we voted as a school district to participate in 1,080 school hours. So according to this calculation, I have not got this certified by the State Department yet, but our preliminary indications show that we're in good shape and that we are in excess of the hours at this point in time, even with the 8 days being out of school. And as you look at it, we get to count 12 days for 12 hours for parent-teacher conferences. The high school, you look and we have 427 total minutes, and you figure that on 165 days because of the 8 days we missed, that'd be 167. Then you can't count those 2 parent-teacher conferences because we're already getting 12 hours there. And then we will be involved in 5 professional days with maximum of 30 hours. So the high school, if we don't miss any more and continue as is, we have 1,216.25 hours that we will complete. The middle school will have 1,183.25, and our elementary schools will have 1,155.75. So at this point in time, unless the State Department tells me that my calculations are not correct, we're in good shape. If we need to add some minutes, we can very easily, because most of our buses are here by 8 o'clock every morning, and legally the elementary schools don't start till 8:20. They could start as early as 8:10, 8:05 to build in those minutes per day, so we could do that also. I'm not anticipating any bad weather in the future. Tell me that it's going to be rain this weekend, not snow, so hopefully we'll be there. So at this point in time, this is what I'm sending in to the State Department, and they'll tell us for sure whether or not those calculations. But Joanne and I went over these, and we think we are correct on that. Also, we have new board policy books. I don't know, I doubt if you've all looked at them, but we need to start looking at each section, 2 or 3 sections at a time, to okay those sections per meeting, and any revisions, and we can go back to the Oklahoma School Board and they can make those revisions, send them back to us, and then when we get this completed, then we will have a new school board policy manual, if that's the way you all want to do it. Take 4 or 5 sections at a time and do it each meeting. Okay? then we will send out information for the April board meeting on which sections we will be adopting and with revisions and so forth. Sound good?
Yep.
All right.
Item 10, items of current business. 10A, discussion with possible board action concerning the audit contract for 2013-2014 with the firm of Chaz W. Carroll, PA.
My recommendation is that we do go with Charles W. Carroll. We've been in business with them for a long time. They do a great job for us. We were to have an audit last Tuesday, but because of the weather, we're not going to be able to. He'll be here tomorrow. And that's when we really get to know what kind of finances we have for the remainder of the year. And I plan on working with him. But at this point in time, I would recommend that we do go into contract with Charles W. Carroll as our official accountant.
Make that motion.
Second.
Steve, do you have the sheet, or is this it that we have to sign? Do you have one also?
I have
This is a
one.
copy? Okay. So we'll need to sign that later.
You got it, good. All right.
Okay?
Martin,
Yes.
Ellis,
Aye.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
10B, discussion with possible board action concerning the revision to calendar for school year 2013-2014.
For some reason, we had spring break the wrong week last time when we did vote on this. Spring break is officially March 17th through the 24th for 2014. So this is the calendar that you approved last month with the revision with the correct spring break on there, and that was my fault.
Everything's your fault.
Absolutely. But it really was my fault that time.
Do we need to?
So I'd recommend that we adopt this calendar as presented with the correct spring break and the corrected parent-teacher conferences.
I move that we accept the revised calendar.
Second.
Slater,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Martin,
Yes.
Ellis,
Aye.
Parker,
Yes.
10C, discussion with possible board action concerning the resignation of Jeff Levitt for all coaching responsibilities for 2013-2014 school year.
And again, these are extra duty contracts. There's not a whole lot we can do about it other than to accept those upon my recommendation. I would recommend that we accept the resignation of Jeff Levitt for coaching responsibilities.
I so move.
Second.
McDermott,
Aye.
Martin,
Yes.
Ellis,
Aye.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
10D, discussion with possible board action concerning resignation from Brandon Bookout as Alva Middle School football and basketball coach for the school year 2013-2014.
What are we gonna do at the junior high?
Well, there may be a plan. We may have an opening later that we can fill that slot with. And again, Mr. Bookout's going to stay as assistant coach at the high school. He does have some health issues, and he feels like that this is in the best interest. He did us a favor by being the basketball coach this year because we did not find one late in the year. Asked him if he would do it for this year. So again, I would recommend that we accept his resignation.
Make a motion, we accept Brandon's resignation.
I second that.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Martin,
Yes.
Ellis,
Aye. 10E, discussion with possible board action concerning employment of Shonda Lear as the media librarian for the remainder of the 2012-2013 school year.
Just in time, Mr. Argo. Would you like to make the recommendation on Shonda Lear?
Sure.
Okay?
We started interviewing last week, and Shonda has some experience working with early childhood, and she's just done had a great interview today. She came up and started, and great attitude, very positive, and really excited about having her, and I would recommend that we hire her
And
as
again,
a library media assistant.
Tim's resigned last month and went to Cherokee as a
Main Street director.
That position doesn't have to be certified or doesn't have to have a library science degree
No.
or anything?
No.
I make a motion we employ Shonda Lear as media librarian for the remainder of the school year.
Second.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Martin. Yes. Ellis.
Aye. 10F, discussion with possible board action concerning lease agreement with Chesapeake Energy.
This is the same lease agreement that we've been dealing with, and it is for, again, $1,000 and 3/16. And if we vote on this and we sign this letter basically of intent, then within 5 days, they will, after receiving this, they will come up and they will fill in the blanks on that oil and gas lease that we've been talking about and so forth. If we don't, according to Brian, now, Kenneth, this is where I may need some help from you. They could force pool us later on, and if they force pool us, let's say the acreage goes down to $500 per acre, and they could lower the percentage rate too, if it's down at that point in time, is the situation that we're looking at. Is that correct, Kenneth?
It's possible.
Not likely, but it's possible.
I don't know. I've never been forced pool, so I can't speak to the forced pool inside of it.
But, and they will come up and they will get all the background checked and everything on that. It's within that 5 days after receiving this cover letter. Unless there's just a lot of objection, I would recommend that we go ahead and sign this contract. I know we wanted to get all titles taken care of, but they're only going to do the 2 leases that we've been discussing.
And this is at the high school?
Be the high school, middle school, this building, school farm, should include Longfellow and Washington.
Everything but Lincoln.
Everything but
Okay.
Lincoln.
And we have had Mr. Sutter look at these, and he's changed some language in it, and everybody's okay with that also. Chesapeake is.
The one that's not in here that I can see is Longfellow,
Yeah,
so we need to make sure that that gets
right.
included.
Well, then, should we make a motion to approve this offer with the addition of Longfellow?
That will be discovered in their final acreage and so forth.
Okay. So we just need to approve this?
And then they will, as is, and then they will come up, and then we'll have another chance to approve the whole lease with the additions and everything.
Okay. Then I make a motion we approve this proposal as presented.
I second that.
McDermott,
Aye.
Martin.
Yes.
Ellis.
Aye.
Parker.
We
Yes.
probably will have to have a special board meeting because Buddy Carroll will be coming to do our audit, and we have to have that completed prior to a March date. So if all of this paperwork gets back and everything, this can be added to that. Okay?
Slater.
Yes.
Item 10G, Discussion on possible board action concerning bids for replacement of air conditioning units at Alva High School.
I recommend no action at this time due to the weather factor, and not all of the vendors could come and check out all of the air conditioning units and heating units that we're wanting to replace at this time. And if possible, that's another item that we may have on that special board meeting.
So no action.
No action.
Okay. 10H, discussion with possible board action renewal of contracts for principals.
I'm very pleased and proud to recommend that Tracy Leeper, Steve Sheaver, Tim Argo, and Ron Sunderland be retained as principals for next year. This has been a difficult year for the Alva Public Schools, and they have done an outstanding job in dealing with all of the items that we've had to deal with, and they've helped me out tremendously. And so I'm very proud to recommend that they be rehired next year for 2013-2014 school year.
How does this vote affect the high school?
Steve Sheaver is being hired as Longfellow Elementary, so we still have a Alva High School opening.
Okay.
But that could change.
Not at this point in time, but it could change, yes, because it's still open.
If one of these would fill the high school job, then we just open that position back up? Is that the way it works?
If for some reason one is changed to the high school, then we would open that position up.
Just
Yes.
like a normal.
Yes.
Make a motion we renew the contracts for principals.
Second.
Martin,
Yes.
Ellis,
Aye.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
McDermott.
Aye.
We are having interviews Wednesday. We have 3 next Wednesday for the high school position, and a week from Tuesday we may have 2.
Item 11, new business, there wasn't any. Item 12, signing of documents approved by earlier action.